Trade? Trade.
Are you asking or
Wondering, do you exchange goods and services? How does your economy work?
We pay for things with a currency called credits, abstract wealth.
The cat offered gifts. What are your credits worth? What can we do with them?
You pay them to us for whatever we're selling.
Now we cut open the heart. And what do you offer?
I don't know. What do you want?
Your ship?
Not for sale.
Worth a try.
Is there something else I can do for you?
Yes. Call me Soka. I run cargo between Aya and other worlds. You're here to help my people? Prove it. One of my suppliers off-world stopped checking in. Has things I need. There could be trouble.
What makes you think I can help?
You found Aya, maybe you find my supplier. Can't hurt to ask.
You're one of few people here willing to give me a chance.
You have a ship? I have my supplier's nav point. Find him, his supplies. Come back and prove you're helpful.
Careful out there.
You know I will.
Stars above. It's you. You left your home to cross dark space. Is it true?
Yeah. This is home.
To take such a risk and give up your old life? Why did you do it?
For the chance to meet someone like you. Looks like you'll have to find out.
I suppose I will.
My turn for a question. Do I get to know your name?
Oh, of course. I'm Avela Kajar, curator for the Repository of History. We study relics of our past, try to piece together what we lost in the Scourge. And the truth is, there was something I wanted. Pathfinder, how much do you know about our history?
I'm scared.
The cat hit your people pretty hard, right?
They did. But long before that, the Scourge destroyed our technology, first targeting. Many of those ships went down over Havarl. The wilds of that planet are filled with history. A scientist on Havarl just contacted me with the new nav point of an intact crash site. But with Remnant patrolling the area, we can't get close enough.
How do you know about me and the Remnant?
I have friends in the Resistance. They heard your call. I know it's a lot to ask, but you have a ship and the means to get past. Without your help, I'm stuck.
You're trusting your history with an outsider?
I know what people say about you, but I don't agree. I think
I am.
now's your chance to prove it. You want to earn Aya's. Recovering our past will go a long way.
I don't think Afra would be too happy with this arrangement.
Ephra doesn't have to know, and if he finds out, he can direct his anger. I'd face worse to get a piece of our history back.
I've always wanted to give archaeology a try.
Oh, I was hoping you'd say, if you find anything, I'll be here.
I don't trust them. I'm scared.
You do not have access to this area.
Enjoy the docks. For now. Ryder. Ship's fixed up and ready to fly.
I'm just saying, as far as first contact goes, at least that went better than the last one.
Only slightly.
Yeah, what happened? I wanted to look around.
And now we have another mouth to feed, whatever he eats.
Did the translators not work?
They work.
Come on, everyone. Can we just all please try to... just listen up?
Begging. Interesting strategy.
Ryder, we followed our best lead here, and now we don't even have that.
Jarl has offered to do what he can to help us access the vault on Aya.
How do we do that when we're leaving the planet it's on?
That's a fair point. Jarl?
Seriously?
Settle down. Ryder's right. There's an Angara right here. Let's hear from the new guy.
One day, about 80 years ago, the Archon and the Ket arrived in Helios, and the horror began.
They declared war?
Nothing so easy to define or fight.
The Ket kidnap Angara. Their people disappear without a trace. What if they were us?
Sure, I'll fight Ket all day long, but that's no plan.
I agree. We need to get into that vault, Ryder. Surprisingly, I'm with PB. Our own mission has to take priority.
We have a plan. Kind of. Pretty solid. Jarl?
The resistance is stretched thin. I was tasked with traveling to two of our worlds at our briefing this morning. And you'll accompany me.
Because?
Because then, Ephra will see you as trustworthy. You want that.
Jarl's told me about these two worlds, Havarl and Vold.
Before the Scourge disaster, Vold was a thriving planet of billions, a shining center of technology and life.
And now?
It's the center of our ground war against the Ket. Our resistance base is fighting Ket Command for control of the planet.
What about the other?
Havarl is the birthplace of the Angara. It's started to degrade, to become wild and dangerous. We suspect Remnant.
Now we're talking.
We've recently lost contact with our scientists.
Still don't get how any of this helps us.
I do. Help us, or rather help me, and I'll vouch for you, right? Because Jarl wants inside Aya's vault too.
Pathfinder, it's your call.
Okay. Yes. I appreciate the vote of confidence.
Maybe more like optimism. Confidence? You'll get there.
Jarl, give Callow the nav points for both planets. Let's do this.
One hell of a trip this is turning out to be. Hostiles, ruined world.
That's not good.
Luckily, I have the perfect way for people to unwind. Movie night.
Taking a breather for a good movie? I could get behind.
Best part is, it doesn't need to be good. Still get mileage out. It's worth it to jumpstart everyone's pioneer spirit. The Tempest database is pretty dry. Could you download a movie library from Nexus Ops to see what I've got to work with? Thanks. Everyone will appreciate.
So, Jal,
So,
we haven't had a chance to talk alone.
I took it. It feels strange to stay with the others. They are... you are... aliens.
And you're alien to us. So there.
We can look at it.
Got it.
Perhaps it had nothing to do with you.
Care to elaborate?
I do not.
How do you know Moshe Sefa?
She's our greatest mind on the Remnant. I was his student.
You studied the Remnant too?
A little. I was terrible. I quit. Or she threw me out. One of those. We're still very close.
So, is that your rifle?
It is now. It's Ket. With my own modifications. I like to tinker, to get my hands on something and take it apart.
That's a skill I know we can use. But I have one request. Please don't take apart my ship.
You're right. I signed up. Volunteered for this. It's exciting. There's something unique about you.
Face value, that sounds like a compliment. A nice one.
It is. Angara feel deeply. We have... I should get back to my work.
As if I didn't have enough on my plate, add deciphering alien psychology.
What plate?
Exactly. See you later.
Report from the Nexus. Population's growing as people wake up. Lots of hopefuls waiting for a home.
Bradley will have all the help he can take.
They'll be starting crops soon. Can't tell if they have enough water or too much. I grew up on a little cargo freighter. Only saw gardens in vids, but I always loved them. I daydreamed about planting a big rose garden when we got here and still imagine it sometimes. Roses in Helios.
So there's a heart soft as rose petals under that uniform.
I got plenty under here, pal. Does the big bad Pathfinder have a soft spot too?
I might. For certain someones.
Good to know. We've all got our something. I didn't for a while. After I left the Asari Commandos, well, I didn't leave. My mentor, Nasira, said I should go.
Why?
The initiative would suit you better, was all she said. Being a huntress suited me fine, but she insisted.
It sounds like she cared more about what you needed than about what you wanted.
I didn't need to be rejected. Still, that's familiar. When your biotics are honed into Huntress-grade weapons, people can be weird about it. The initiative seemed better. Just didn't see how I'd fit into their brave new galaxy. I never fit anywhere before. Then I met some jerk named Ryder. Talked about traveling to Andromeda like he was teaching you how to see it.
What part of that vision made you want to take the...
A civilization where everyone had a place, even AI, or an overpowered human. Your father said, I get being different. Now imagine being welcome and making others like... When I was 13, I could warp a steel girder. He made me wonder, what if someone had told me, that's okay?
He gave you a dream to work toward. He was good at that.
Who doesn't want to belong? Especially somewhere like the Initiative. So I gave the Initiative my all. Kept thinking of the niche I wanted. My rose garden. I thought I knew what I was going to be.
This is about not taking over as Pathfinder?
Didn't think it would still sting. Nasira, your father, even my parents. They leave, I'm left without answers. Nowhere to stand.
It sucks, but it happened. We need your mind on the mission.
Always is. But I'm human too. Need time to find a way through. And if that remnant tech pays off, maybe someday I'll have roses too. That Archon. Arrogant son of a bitch. Maybe that's redundant for a Ket.
It's damned lucky there was a path through the Scourge right there.
Yeah, we can't count on ever being that. So, what else is new?
See you later, Cora.
I'll be here.
Your take on the Angara, old man?
Strong.
I always have time for you.
You probably have work to do.
You know where to find me.
Things are gonna be interesting with you around, kid.
Doesn't matter what life throws at me. It's what I make of it, right?
You keep that going, you just might live as long as I have. Minus 0 at the end. Guy like that'll do anything to get ahead. Just wonder how far he went.
We can talk more later.
Sure.
Need something? Need something done?
You talked about your back chant.
We brought a lot from home. Some of it most things you want, someone's got. You just have to figure out who. And what they're willing to take in exchange.
That just sounds like you're taking advantage of people.
Is it? I get people what they want. And they do want. Or they wouldn't pay.
Have anyone else here with you?
No, just me and Sid. It's always...
No, I mean...
Special? Oh. You mean like... No, nothing like that. Who has time? What about you?
Anywhere's gonna feel empty if you don't have someone to share it with.
A romantic? I wasn't expecting... And again, the entire idea of leaving everything you know for a chance at something new is kind of... Anyway.
How did you hear of the Andromeda initiative?
Short answer, Cash. She was looking for some experimental ship mods, and I knew how to track. I thought it was a one-time deal, but she came back. Eventually, I figured out something was going on. I asked and she told me about the initiative. New galaxy, new home. Couldn't pass that up.
You were on the Nexus when the revolt happened?
When you promise people golden worlds and all the... Some wanted to go home, some demanded answers, and a couple just want...
And you?
Some days I wondered if the exiles had a point. Maybe we work. But why would the initiative go to all this trouble just to... Thing about conning people, you always know something they don't. And if I'm going to pick a side, I'm picking the liars.
You probably have work to do. We can chat later.
You know where to find me.
You're not Harry.
The blue give it away? Habitat 7 was a little more action-packed than Harry bargained for. He decided to spend his retirement years on the Hyperion looking after your sister.
You know Sarah's the good one.
I think you're both trouble. Hold still.
Ow!
Sorry.
I remember you having a gentler touch.
Still trying to get my bearings. Thought I'd be waking up colonists, not taking care of the Pathfinder.
I couldn't be in better hands.
I just stabbed you.
We all have off days.
I always hoped to work in the field, but everything's happening so
Focus on the positive. It helps.
I guess this is my opportunity to study alien. Getting a Ket specimen aboard the Hyperion would. A Ket corpse. For autopsy.
Why do you care about the Ket?
Harry didn't tell you? I'm a specialist in it. My thesis on Krogan virility and aggression is what got me in the initiative.
That's a very...
I grew up on Omega. Lots of Krogan mercenaries. The best habitat outside.
Right.
Just something to... Sam, make sure the Pathfinder eat...
Bridges 4, engine rooms aft, med bay starboard. Smart stuff up front, powers and back.
I did not like the look of that Archon. Maybe the Angara will let me pitch a 10 on Aya for the duration.
You'd let a bone-faced blowhard like that deprive you of my scintillating company?
That blowhard hates you now. If you're not careful, he might deprive... All right. Next time, keep him on the line. I might have something to say.
What was it like for you on the Nexus?
Well, I wasn't supposed to be woken up yet. That ex-friend I mentioned, my accomplice, after I found my first remnant ruin, I started... After that, I didn't spend much time on the Nexus. I even missed most of the revolt.
Thanks for chatting.
Ah, there you are. Gotcha.
Do I need to get Lexi to do a psych review?
Maybe. People have been telling me just dealing with some Scourge issues. That Archon fella tried to warn you not to joyride into it, but you were just la la la. It was an act first, think later move. I respect it. Well, hey.
Come again?
Poker. Card game with bluffing, betting. It's an age-old measuring stick of a person's character, fortitude, gut. Used to think maybe it was my calling. Turns out I'm just good at it. Never lost heads up. We should play sometime.
Willing to put your streak on the line?
Huh. I'll risk it. Next time we port up and you're in the mood, I'm always in the mood.
Aya has so much back. Biodiversity, and the...
Just like Sirkesh.
I saw pictures of the vault. Astounding. And how much of it didn't you see? What if it's way bigger? What's all that space for?
Wild remnant parties. What else would you use it for?
Well, that's a thought. You don't really think they... Oh, joking, I see. Good one.
I take it you work closely with the Nexus science team?
I try to keep in contact with them. We discuss anything and everything we did. After all, many brains are better than one, and Dr. Aridana is worth two. I work best when I have other people to bounce ideas off of.
I'm still fuzzy about how we managed to see Andromeda all the way from home.
It confused me too. I mean, the light lag would have made any data 2 million years out of date. So I asked Dr. Aridana, and she told me, well, it wasn't her tech that... Those exact ones. The initiative obtained data from an array in deep space, a Geth construct. According to Aridana, the Geth rebuilt a mass relay and turned the approach corridor into an FTL sensor.
A what now?
It operated like a telescope, just faster than light. It provided much more We don't know why the Geth were interested in observing beyond the galaxy, though. Maybe we'll never know.
Did my dad know about this? Why didn't he
It's possible he didn't know. The Geth are isolationist and hostile. Using the info, even obtaining it in the first place, probably crossed a lot of boundaries.
What do you know about the Remnant's terraforming?
From what I can tell, the vault is designed to adjust all climate, pH of the soil, atmosphere composition. There's even if we can figure out how to control the vaults, we could turn these worlds into perfect habitats.
When did you start believing in a god?
Let's just say that while other kids found Batarian music, I found God.
But your work as a scientist
Convinced me even more, especially when I got into the patterns I kept seeing over and over again. They were like an artist's what? God, to me, is an artist. An inventor, not someone checking to see if I brush my teeth.
What do you know about the Scourge?
We established that it's artificial. Someone put... or they did something that caught... We don't know why. That's still a mystery.
I should get back to things.
Sounds good.
Sam's been compiling our star charts. The other pilots on the Nexus will have
You can drop the charts off the next time we're there.
Funny. A few months ago, that station was like a war zone. Flying was my only way to escape the... Now it's become a haven, just as it was meant to be.
Every good space station needs a big lake. Maybe some fountains.
Indeed. Even non-amphibians need a little water. Regardless, the worst threat to the whole initiative is still that
You mean the Scourge?
I still see it crippling the Nexus in my memories. I had to train other pilots in hazardous flight techniques just to look for food and water. It's a cage that eats good ships and good people. Helios won't be home so long as it's a threat.
The Angara live with it, and so can we.
And if every one of our colonists was an ace pilot, I wouldn't be worried. Still, that's what we do, isn't it? Find a way where there is...
Anomaly on sensors. Anomaly on sensors. Probes launched. Tracking a huge mineral deposit. Pathfinder, are we going to Volt or Havarl?
You have new email at your terminal, Pathfinder.
This system looks mostly unexplored.
It was charted. Once. Then the Scourge happened. What's old is new.
Anomaly on sensors. Probe away. I found something. One day that might be true again. Anomaly on sensors. Probes launched. Got a reading from the asteroid belt. I'm picking up something. Probe away. Tracking a huge mineral deposit.
Okay, bundle up, people.
I'll stay on my nice warm ship.
Take her down, Callow.
We designated this planet Habitat 6. Original readings suggest that it had a breathable, nitrogen-rich atmosphere and oceans of H2O.
I take it that's no longer the case.
All H2O on Habitat 6, vol to the Angari, is ice. And those oceans, frozen over completely.
There goes the dream of a seaside property. That's a pretty intense blizzard.
LZ is on the windward side of the mountain. Conditions are bad. I'm tracking gale force squalls.
Whoa!
We're good. We're good.
You sure? Want us to get out and push?
Very funny, Ryder.
Oh, Subi wasn't kidding about the cold.
Damn, this place is well hidden.
Keep going, Ryder. Try not to make any sudden movements. You're probably being watched.
Not just the weather that's icy then. Heaters. I need to warm up for a bit. This cold is cutting through to the bone.
Almost at the base now. Make sure you talk to Commander Anyik when you arrive.
Oh shit. The only other geometry.
I understand.
I love you, Hera.
I know.
Hey there, I hear you have a very impressive vehicle, yes?
We call it the...
I'm an amateur mechanic myself. Build vehicles for... Upload this schematic for your mechanic. They can upgrade your vehicle's shielding once you find the needed components.
He lives for this shit. It will make his day.
My long-lost brother. You can find some of what you need here on Vold. The rest...
Please don't call attention to us.
Michelle's dead. You saw the explosion.
Yes, Michelle's explosion. She would have known exactly how to protect herself.
heard about that Dar.
You think it's payback? You didn't hear about the human? Landed right in the middle of Aya.
No. I hope they don't.
We're gonna need some kind of stimulant. Don't worry, I have Kajani dealt with me. Yes, what is it? You're that alien they've been talking about on comms. Shouldn't you be talking to the commander? I'm not sure which question I should answer. How about none of them? I simply wanted to express my surprise.
The commander said the alien wanted to help. What we needed. The emergency cache?
Emergency cache? This is a war zone. Kett attacks are all wounded. There's probably a cache of emergency medical. No substitute for real medical attention, but you'll survive long.
Problem is the caches are empty right now. Restrained and no one's been out there to replenish supplies.
There's no time to waste. I'll help with whatever you need. Supply crates are stacked by the wall over there. Directions to the caches are with them. Of course. Good. These are the emergency medical supplies the doctor mentioned. We have to get them to the caches. Sam, you saving the location data?
Of course, Pathfinder.
Looks like supplies aren't getting through to the Resistance.
Maybe we should talk to the requisitions.
Leave me be.
You're the alien Jarl brought. A possible asset, he says. We've allowed you into our base, and I am Anyik Dozil. Remember the name, because if you betray it, be assured that what I do to you will make the stars turn their faces and grow dark.
Totally understood. Everyone wants the stars to keep shining, right?
We're in agreement, then. If you wish to prove yourself, be an ally in our fight. Despite our best efforts, their growing forces remain a threat to our people. Go now. I have other things to attend.
Pathfinder, something I can do for... You the requisitions officer? I hear you're having some...
Of course not. I don't know what you've heard, but everything is running fine.
I saw the messages sent to you. What are you hiding?
Keep your voice down. I need to keep this news contained. If word gets around, we'll have a serious morale drop. I need to...
You have any leads?
Not much. The supplies make it planetside, but never... The obvious answer is the Kett. Sabotage is their style. We changed our I can't send someone to investigate without word getting around. I guess there's no avoiding it eventually.
I can take a look at the drop point. That way no one will panic.
I can't sanction an official search, but I also can't. The nav point for the last drop location is... You seem to be adept at decryption, so I'll let...
Decryption successful, Pathfinder. Updating your nav system with a supply drop point.
all say the same thing. The Resistance is missing supplies.
Hold. Hostile patrol
An impressive surveillance system.
You don't win a war without good organization.
Feeling kind of honored we get to see all this.
Pathfinder, I was told to expect you. I want to brief you on Fold. Any questions about the planet? Ask away.
How does the Resistance plan to...
We don't have the forces to fight a planet-wide war. Our only hope is that the center of all Kett operations on Fold is across the valley. At least, that is our hope.
Is that a map of Vold?
A living map, yes. Every region on the planet, updated in real time as we get information from... You can see the nearest Dara, the Jara Tetchiks, and Yarnik, the archaeological dig the Kett have occupied.
The bright spots on the map, are those cities?
Cities under siege by the Kett, yes. The largest...
Why?
It's hard to think of a city as a capital when it's just a maze of empty streets. But buildings can be rebuilt. We are more than our cities.
You mentioned the word Dar. What does it mean?
Well, translated directly, it means rock foundation. A Dar is smaller than a city, but larger than... There are several out here. Angara who live in Dara are combat trained.
I guess they need to...
They take pride in defending themselves. But the Kett are bolder lately. The Dara are their new target. We've had to change our tactics to... More patrols with the Dara means fewer raids on Kett camps. The Kett know this and use it against us.
Tell me more about Astraea.
It's the recent focus of Kett attacks. They think they can break our spirit. The Kett learned that we fight to the death, and they would rather we submit. So they destroy our Dara, our homes. They drive us into the... They underestimate the Angara.
I think I have enough info.
If you need anything else...
Solid setup here.
Let's try to make a good first impression.
This operation's bigger than I thought.
Temperatures are below freezing and continuing to fall.
I brought the...
Whoa! Didn't mean to sneak up on you. Your commander said you could show us the valve.
Zeke, I don't want to talk.
Yeah, we can show you the valley. What are you looking for?
I'm here to help your people. Know anyone who needs it?
We've got reports from Hajara about someone trying to rescue a kidnapped family. See those red lights? If you're here to help, like the commander says, you could start there. Anything else?
Those red lights. You said that's Hajara?
Yes. Hajara Station, one of the Dar in the valley.
How do they live out there?
Why so surprised? We've adapted to this.
Those lights are conspicuous. Don't the Kett...
We've adapted to that too. The Kett want to take us alive, so we fight to the death. It seems to deter them.
What's that alien facility on that mountain over there?
That's the Kett Command Center. We have constant...
What's its purpose?
It controls Kett operations on the entire planet.
I came face to face with the prefect there. Meanest, motherless, bizarre...
Even the Kett seemed afraid. We don't have much intel on her, though.
Do you know of any remnant sites or ruins?
I think so.
Zeke, do you ever read the...
No, you'll tell me if I need to.
So where is it?
Tall lights, over on your right somewhere.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Yeah, you behave. We're watching you.
Tempest, we're gonna need the Nomad. My position.
Deploying forward station. Good luck, Ryder.
Automated protocols activated. Deploying forward station. Mining zones have been added to your nav system, Pathfinder.
Okay, Sam, what's Vold got for us?
Ket activity appears to be centered around this large central command post. According to Resistance intelligence, the base coordinates all Ket military efforts on Vold.
And taking it down will cripple their operations.
In theory. However, given the trouble the Angara Resistance has had infiltrating the base, it will not be a simple task. I recommend a more cautious approach that starts with the investigation of smaller Ket installations.
Any suggestions on how to get on Ephra's good?
Resistance dispatches indicate there is someone in Hojara. We could visit Tekix, a larger and more established Angara Dar that is nearby.
Sounds good. Thanks, Sam.
Pathfinder, Vold's temperature range is fixed well below freezing, with pockets of even more severe conditions. This necessitates the use of the Nomad. I advise against...
Got it. Don't crash the car.
Our scans have detected remnant monoliths, which suggests the presence of a vault.
And that means we might be able to melt this ice cube. All right, we've got our work cut out for us. Let's get going.
Extreme cold is detected, Pathfinder.
How about we don't gun it down the icy mountain?
Trust me.
Please be careful, Ryder.
I wouldn't mind hanging out with the Resistance at some point. Learn some new things. Make some new friends.
They're a tough bunch.
I wonder if the Angara would let us train with them. I'd like to see their methods.
Temperature's back to normal. Ket, coming this way!
Hit them fast before they reach the base!
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Why were Angara attacking us?
Pathfinder, I detect a datapad nearby.
Axul. Should I know about it?
Pathfinder, I have informed Olisk. The drop point is secure.
Good. The Resistance should get their supplies now.
Sure the AI rulebook doesn't insist the Pathfinder always gets to drive.
I swear I will turn this car around.
Pathfinder, I detect a Ket camp ahead.
Ready to fight!
So, Cora, Asari Commandos. I hear a lot of things.
You hear or you watch low-budget action vids?
Either way, Huntresses hunt. They sabotage. They do assassinations.
All officially sanctioned.
And that was all fine with you?
Yeah, hunt down anti-Citadel fanatics. Or let crisis response mop up the blood later. That's not a choice.
Automated protocols activated. Deploying forward station.
Can we get one of those Angara heaters in here? Nomad's heat isn't doing anything for me.
It's not that cold. Let it go.
I think my suit's malfunctioning. Toes are numb.
Mining zones in this region are available, Pathfinder.
Looks like a research station of some sort. Wonder what they're doing out here.
Let's see if someone here needs help.
Well, that's an enormous ice cube.
Someone around here probably knows what that ice is for.
Reminds me of a snooty bar in London that only served drinks over fancy off-world ice.
Environmental temperatures are within acceptable limits.
How's the dig go?
We can't get deep enough to take a proper sample. The ice is too
Someone said they saw an alien arrive at the Resistance base. Oh, wish I could talk.
Arm roll about.
I gotta get this sky-cursed piece of junk. It's been picking up weird interference for days. I can't transmit data to our colleagues in Talara.
Is there something I can do?
Maybe. I didn't think you'd be familiar with our machine. Oh, I need to take a break before I kill someone. If you want.
High-powered communications array, most likely for planet-wide communications.
Makes sense. Anything on that interference the researcher talked about?
I am detecting a signal. It is faint, but this equipment is sensitive. Pathfinder, I also observe a regular pattern in this emitted signal. It may be artificial.
Ket?
The signal has no identifiers. It is possible the Ket are disrupting or listening in on Angara communications.
We can't just attack an entire
You're that
Ket
alien
base.
people have been talking about. Some say we can't trust you. But if you're here to fight Ket, that's good enough for me.
I appreciate the vote of...
Ket kill people. They take our families and we never see them again. So, will you fight them? I know the location of the labor camp where they took my uncle.
What's a Ket labor camp for?
Different things. Sometimes they collect Angara, and sometimes they just kill them. Don't be sorry. Make sure I don't lose more family.
I'll get your uncle.
Here's the nav point of the labor camp. Please hurry. Nilj may not have much time.
Janlith, I'm pretty sure this
the alien. We heard reports.
By the Scourge.
Can't imagine
The
anything here
microbe variety in
interests
the
you.
top layer is completely different. They contain traces of 4 different radioactive
Why not?
isotopes.
I heard this was a research station. I'm always interested in...
I wasn't expecting that. Now, is there anything you need from me?
You were saying something about ice talkers?
Huh? Don't let anyone hear you. Stupid story that started years ago when Dinor and I were students in Australia. Talk to Dinor. He knows more about how that tale spread.
What are you doing with this giant block of ice?
That was cut out from below Hijara. We're right above an inland sea, and the ice... Everything under the first layer was perfectly preserved from... There's a lot we can learn from the composition of the deeper layers. Microbes, ancient life forms, all untouched by the Scourge.
I won't disturb your work.
Only the Ket showed us this...
The numbers check out. I don't know what else Oh, hello. You're that rider alien everyone's talking about. What can I do for you?
You said something about ice talkers?
Oh, that's something of a joke between me, Janlith, and everyone who went to school with... One of our classmates was at an old archaeological dig and thought he heard a voice through... 2 months later, another group claimed they heard the same...
What was it?
Too much Malay. That's what Janlith... Now it's become something of a joke between...
This isn't Haval. You spent too long out there in the dark.
It's bad. I get it. How do I...
The moment you see sunlight, break cover. Soak up all the rays you can.
I'll be a target. The human is listening.
You here to learn survival tips from old Percy?
Why does your kind need this?
We draw nourishment from solar radiation. Keeps...
But we have to keep out of sight, or the Ket will spot us.
You sound like an expert, and I'd like to survive.
What I can teach wouldn't help.
Your body can't store a charge.
If you go too long without sunlight, do you get...
Lack of regular exposure puts our bodies under stress.
Have to keep my strength up for the resistance.
Good luck out there.
I'm ready to go, Passy.
Not so fast.
I sent a team to look at that architect.
Good.
Well, I haven't
Make sure
seen
they
many
don't
of your
get too
kind
close.
around here,
There could be
but I've heard
remnants
lots
nearby.
about
All good things.
so far.
I'll take a look at your stock.
Got plenty of supply.
Heading back!
Heard there was an alien. Don't try to start something. We're all combat trained. And try not to disturb our data probes.
Our research is valuable, though it may not mean much to you.
Takes guts to be stationed out here alone.
Since the Resistance can't always protect us, we protect ourselves.
Are you in charge here? You volunteered.
We all did. Aya is fine. I can't speak for the rest, but so far, Volt has lived up to my expectations. Always a new mountain to scale.
How long has this station been around?
Only a few years. This used to be Ket territory before. We've discovered a wealth of resources, the Ket, metals, minerals, even a new species.
All that was hidden under...
And more. We've only scratched the surface.
I'll come back if I need anything.
I'll be here.
I'm reading a temperature decrease.
Clear out that Ket tech?
Got them all.
I'm reading a temperature decrease. Environmental temperatures are within acceptable limits.
Dracarian's War? black and white one?
Nope.
What about Heart of Sirius?
Nope.
Who can live this long and miss that many classics?
Must be a talent.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Another memory trigger?
One of your father's memories is now accessible. Return to Sam node on the Hyperion to investigate further. Pathfinder, this area has been altered by Remnant. There may be something of use. We are nearing the nav point provided by Sokar Isov on Aya.
Something went down here.
I detect traces of weapons fire consistent with Ket's technology.
Ket. Great. And here's the ambush. Activating automated forward station deployment.
mining zones in this region are available, Pathfinder. I've added them to your nav system. The ambient temperature is normal. I'm reading a temperature decrease.
This is the Ket labor camp Skiot talked about.
Alright, time to rescue some uncles.
Here to rescue us. The control panel is right there. Shut this down.
Grenade!
detecting below normal temperatures.
Once I have a weapon, I'm gonna destroy these Ket! Get me out of here! I'm gonna kill these Ket! Disable the fence! I have to get out! Disable the fence, quick! We're not getting away with this!
Just in time. Would have given us another day at most, I think.
If the Ket can't handle being called mildly insulting things.
You see what I mean? We owe you. How'd you find us anyway?
Your nephew Skiat was trying to get you rescued.
So you've said before. The Resistance needs to be debriefed. We'll head...
What about the data drive? We have to deliver it to Buxil so she can...
Interesting. It seems we have to... Can you deliver this drive to Techix? If we work together, no time will be wasted.
What's in the drive?
A Ket code we stole while trying to infiltrate their commands. The Ket never realized how much we downloaded off their network.
I'll go there as soon as I can.
Perfect. Buxil will be in her workshop. I hope we meet again.
Jarl, we liberated a group of Resistance fighters, leaders called Neilj. Could use a pickup at my location.
They're on their way. This is big. Liberating key Resistance aid. You've put many doubts about you to rest, Ryder. Even Ephra must now be convinced of your intent.
What about the data drive Neilj entrusted to us?
Good point. If you prefer, you could go to Techix now and speak to Ephra later. The choice is yours.
I need to get this data drive to Techix. I can deal with that for later.
I thought you might say that. Very well.
I'm detecting below normal temperatures. The ambient temperature is normal. Life support is back online.